Welcome back, everybody, to AoE Prepping. Today's video, I kind of had some thoughts with all the ongoing issues going on in the world of people wondering how do you start preparing, right? Because we don't know where things are going to go. We don't know where they're going to end up. We don't know how far they're going to end, right? So, how do you start being at least prepared to take care of your family, right? First of all, is getting out of the mindset that somebody else will take care of me, right? I don't have to worry about that, right? The government will take care of me. These people will take care of me. Self-reliance, right? Self-reliance is a big thing of that. The best way you can start preparing is getting out of that mindset of that somebody's going to take care of you. Nobody's going to take care of you. You're responsible for yourself and your family, right? Next thing after that is food, water, right? Those are two of the biggest things of whatever type of inconvenience, disaster, something going on. Food and water. Okay. See what your family goes through in 3 days, right? Start at 3 days. See if you can have enough in your pantry for 3 days. Then move to a week. Then see about going to 10 days. Then 2 weeks. Once you hit 2 weeks, that's where you're good, right? You can go and by having enough food, that means you don't have to go to the grocery store, and you can have a week's worth of meals that have the nutritional values that you need in them. Okay. Water, aquatainers are usually pretty good. I'll link some different stuff down below so you could take a look at that. But I think aquatainers are probably one of the better devices that you could buy for that actually will keep a certain, I think there's 7 gallons or something like that for an aquatainer. Keeping a couple of those, 1 gallon per person per day, right? So you take a family of 4, which is the typical average thing that everybody goes for. That is 4 gallons a day, 28 gallons a week, 56 gallons for 2 weeks. I don't think we expect most people to do that, but if you can keep bottled water, right, you can keep enough of that for a week. Let's start with that. See if you can get 2 cases of bottled water. I think usually they sell them for about $4 to $5 for a 24 or 30 case, at least in my area. That's where they're usually pretty inexpensive. Those are not your end all solution, but that's a start. It's all we're aiming for is a start. From there, now you look at a couple aquatainers. That could be where, hey, the aquatainer water is what's used for cooking and for hygiene, stuff like that. The bottled water is what's used for you to drink in the day, right? Because then you can keep an eye on how much is there. The aquatainers, I believe they usually have nice measurements inside of them. Great from there. Next piece from there. Do you have a simple go bag? Now, I'm not talking, if you go back in my videos, you can go and see a bunch of other videos that I had done on, here's a bug, the bug out bag. Here's I know the speedball was getting up there. You have extended EDC, otherwise from there, right? Not something like that. A simple go bag, meaning it has some snacks, some water, right? Or the container for it, as well as clothes, right? Just basic items. And if you so wish, I do believe it's very important, it's in mine, is a thing of hygiene, right? So I only have to worry about me, myself, and I, right? I don't have to really worry about anybody else right now. So for me, I could just keep it right in my truck bag. I have a whole hygiene kit, so it's got everything I need to take care of myself, go get cleaned up, showered up, whatever have you. Great. Now you've gotten to the point where you have hygiene taken care of, clothes taken care of, food, water. I don't, as you can go back and go see in this, I don't typically talk about self-defense on here. It's not where I aim for things. Everybody has their own rules and regulations and what they go by and how they feel about things. I have my version. I leave it at that. Do for yourself to take care of your family, to put it simply. Make sure you can take care of your family and defend them if need arises. In that statement, right? We have that gear set up, right? We have that. Do you know where you're going? If something were to happen, do you know where you're headed? Do you have a map, an actual paper map with those routes marked on them for yourself? Let's just say something ends up happening. You don't have your phone. You don't have, the GPS isn't working, right? Something in the system got a buggy and it doesn't work. Now you have that map that you can rely on to get to these places. Now, if it's something that you've done 1,000 times, great. Congratulations. You know how to do it in your head. Do you know the side streets just in case one of them is down? I know from previous experience, I went up to go pick up a friend 4 hours north of me, picked them up, started driving back. Well, completely because I was coming from somewhere else and going there. Now I'm trying to go back home. Well, there was a flash flood and a bunch of bridges blew out. I didn't know how to get back. So I'm sitting there studying the maps, trying to figure out where to go because I did not pre-plan for that type of an event and make sure that I had a secondary route. I also didn't check the weather. Again, this is lessons I've learned that I'm trying to impart onto you for you to learn, you to see, hey, this is not a good idea. This is not where you're wanting to go. So do you have the routes planned? I know I have a place that I would go about 3 hours from here. I have another one that's 10 hours from here. I have several that I could go to without a question. Okay, these are just things I've set up. But do you have the routes? Do you have the maps to those routes? Do you know how to read the maps? Do you know how to use a compass to get there and understand which way you're going? Just some thoughts in mind. From there, I think you've got yourself a good start. Okay. Past that point in your preparedness, it starts getting into gear questions. Everybody's got their own debate of what gear is the most important one to do. Personally, I say as long as you have a good flashlight, a good multi-tool, you're pretty well set, right? So there's some preparedness there. Trying to prepare on a budget, I think, is one of the hardest things that you can ever do, right? Especially because there's all the flashy gear and stuff like that, right? All these different things that you could go out and buy to go and buy certain self-defense tools. Let's just call them that. I mean, you don't really see them for less than a couple $100, right? And then the extra pieces to those, now you're talking a good chunk of money right there. It's not easy to prepare on a budget, but it is possible. All right. I've done it. And I've built quite the thing, but it took me 10 years, right? Actually, longer than that. It's taken me 14 years to get to the point where I am now. I've learned a lot along the way. I've learned that it's not just owning the books, it's reading them. I've learned it's not just the gear you have, it's understanding how to use them, how to best utilize it. Just learning simple things like how to layer properly with your clothing. So that way, hey, this is how I stay nice and warm in colder environments. This is how I stay dry in rainy environments. This is how I stay cool in hot environments. Learning how to do that. It's all in mindset. And guess what? Learning is free, right? Learning is free. You can go on YouTube, and I mean, my channel's got a good amount of videos, but there's several other content creators and other, how do I put this? Personalities. There we go. Personalities. There's several of them that, guess what? They have done this for longer than I've been alive, right? They've gone through trainings and live play with it and everything else like that, going and learning. But overall, with the point of this video, you have your things to purchase. You have things to learn. You have some other pieces for you to find out about, right? How much does your family eat? What do they eat? What will they not eat? That's the bigger thing. What will they not eat? Don't buy stuff that your family's not going to eat just because it's this option's cheaper than this option. Well, a cheaper option, guess what? Your family doesn't like it, right? Nobody will eat that, but they'll eat this other one. That's worth it right there. Making sure that they are willing to eat what you've purchased. So find out about that. Start with some water. Just basic understanding of how to do some of these things is great. reading on how to do them and learning the methods as to why is your next greatest thing. If you have any questions or if you have any other ideas towards what else needs to be involved in this, put them down in the comments. If you're a well-experienced preparedness person and you've gone through quite a bit, you know what I want you to do? I want you to put one of the best things that you've learned. Doesn't have to necessarily be the hard way, but one of the best things that you've ever learned that will help you in crisis, that will help you in issues. That's what I want my prepared guys to do, right? Prepared guys and gals, I should say. I do know I have a couple of ladies that are very well set up. They've done very well. They're blowing me out of the water. Some of them, it's great. I love seeing it, right? For the less prepared folks or the people just getting into it, leave a question. Put a question down there. If I can't answer it, I'm sure I got plenty of people on here that have, decades of camping experience, medical experience, trying to stay warm in cold environments, cool in hot environments. They got all sorts of experience. Put your questions down there. That way we can help as a community grow and make sure that people are learning, right? That's one of the best things we could do is those who know, teach, and those who don't know, learn. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I'll link some different things that I think would be beneficial to just about anybody down below. If you have any other things, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. You have a good day now. Bye-bye.